Hi, everyone. Welcome back from the weekend. I hope you had a good one, even though you probably spent most of it indoors. Let's get started with today so that I respect your time. So, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the schedule, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. I'll show you how Schoology was refined after giving it this first week's shot of doing online learning and after looking at your feedback from the workload survey. Thank you to those who did that optional survey. I'm still taking responses if you're interested. I'll go over the feedback that I gave you for last week's class text refining rhetoric, and then I'll tell you what you got to do for today. You've already done the reading check. Awesome. This is the last thing you have to do for today, other than watch this video. So let's jump into it. As you saw on the title slide, Mondays will be feedback days. So because we are not together in person, sadly, I can't be there to give you feedback on the fly or even have you turn and talk about feedback. So that means we have to be very deliberate about making sure that we're getting better at the thing that we're trying to do. So that's why it's getting its own day. Where I gave each of you comments on last week's task. Yes, each of you, that means you. So today you're going to apply the feedback that I gave you. And I'm also taking feedback for myself and this whole online learning thing. I'll go over that in a second. Wednesdays will be lit analysis days, the same way last Wednesday was. We're going to look at the text relatively in isolation, trying to train or introduce a literary skill. It's our English of English days, traditional English days, before we use that as a pivot point into our action projects. Yes, those things are still happening. Even though we're virtual, we should be operating as though we at least get to research an issue, goal set, plan, and prep, although we might not have the chance to actually execute. So for that reason, we're going to keep chugging ahead with these action projects and using, in this case, homegoing as a model for action. How exactly is Yaa Gyasi identifying issues she cares about? And how is she using her novel as a means of doing something about those issues? And this is the structure we got for essentially every week while we're in online learning. So let me show you the ways that Schoology has been refined since last week. I've put here language about how things are being graded because some people seem to be anxious about that. So I'm telling you how things are being graded and how to check if you're done with everything English related. Last week, I was experimenting with using the student completion option, and I had this box checked. Requirements must be completed in sequential order. That was super glitchy. I'm never doing that again. So instead, I have to add a requirement. Let me do that while I'm here. So instead, I put numbers next to the assignment so that you know the order. And then once you've done all of the things, you'll get that complete check. And if you get that complete check, then I will give you your grade. I'll release the grade essentially for the class task. And if you don't have that check, but you did the class task, then I will be skeptical about whether you actually did all the steps. Okay. So those are the Schoology refinements. Ooh, one last thing. If you need to find things from before, it's over here, online learning, week of March 16th. And this is where I'll stack all of our old stuff, but I'll keep all of our current stuff at the top of Schoology. So let's go ahead, head back to the slides. Let's talk about that feedback. So everyone did get individual feedback, but a lot of the feedback I was giving was the same time and time again. Perhaps the most common comment I gave to people was make sure you are answering the second part of the question. How is the author Yaa Gyasi trying to influence the reader? What exactly is the impact on the reader that the author is intending to have? A lot of you, which makes sense because that's mostly what we've been practicing. Most people are spending time but getting stuck talking about Yaa Gyasi's craft of literature. Yes, craft is important, but what is the impact on the reader? We can't just spend a mere sentence talking about that impact because really that impact is essentially half the battle when it comes to doing rhetorical analysis. We'll be doing toolkit analysis on Wednesday. Okay, so make sure you are getting to that impact part. Make sure that you are also leading with a topic sentence. Don't lead with summary. Lead with an answer to this question. An answer to this question is inherently a claim or a proposition of truth. So make sure you're doing that instead of leading with summary. These were more scattered. Some people needed help with body paragraph structure. If you need that help, I have put the structure back in the class slides. They're also available in our writing resources folder in Schoology. Might as well show you over here. Writing resources folder in Schoology. Bam, bam. Same with quote integration, but I've also put these here. So I still have some people not integrating quotes, even though we're at the end of sophomore year. It's okay. We'll keep trying. These are the integration strategies we've been trying to train this year. So if you need help with these strategies, check out these slides or the folders. Gosh, I gotta change these titles. I'll change them. We'll change them after the video. Click. Alrighty, so here's what you got to do for today. You have to open up last week's rhetorical analysis task. I've already put that in the Monday folder for today, so you don't have to hunt for it. And with that, by opening up that assignment again, you will be able to see the feedback that you got on last week's task. You'll need that feedback to complete this class task, refining rhetoric. You're going to put the feedback in your own words, and then you're going to apply it and essentially just try again, but apply it to this chapter, this night's chapter. Instead of last week's chapter. Okay. So, and there's also the optional feedback dialogue going on in Schoology about how the online course is going for you, what's going well, what we'd like to see changed. Go ahead and write your comments here, and people will be able to see those publicly by period, because I want this to be a dialogue instead of just a survey. Okay. That's all we got going for Monday. If you have any questions, I'll see you in conferences, or you could text me. But until then, I'll see you later.